What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan on Thursday bid farewell to its first Olympic delegation heading to the Beijing Games. It included coaches and medical staff. The event kicks off in 2 weeks, but has already drawn controversy over China's human rights record. Now athletes are being warned to watch what they say. Bing Wang reports.
Presiding over Taiwan's flag ceremony for the country's Winter Olympic athletes, the president of Taiwan's Olympic Committee marks a milestone achievement.
滑雪的部分，那我们这次有男选手、女选手都取得了参赛资格。这个在过去的历史上，今天也是第一次。
4 Taiwanese athletes have qualified for the Games, with 2 more waiting for confirmation. While there are concerns of a COVID outbreak in China, an Olympics bubble with strict measures have been formed. Such measures include this robot that delivers food to your table. But there's another cause for concern. World governments are warning their athletes to not comment on China's human rights issues.
So there's really not much protection that we believe that's going to be afforded to athletes. And the IOC has not come out proactively to indicate that we will protect and make sure everyone is safe that decides to speak up.
It appears Taiwan will follow suit.
基本上，就是维持呢，这个保持中立的这样子的一个立场政府的部分不要来干涉跟介入所以我们也期待我们的一个选手那么能够呢保持这样子的一个态度。
Several countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Lithuania, Belgium, and Canada, have announced a diplomatic boycott of the Winter Olympics, citing China's human rights record. Some former athletes say the Winter Olympics offer not just a large stage for sports, but a bully pulpit to voice concerns.
Brave athletes want to speak out. Brave and all athletes have a right. Many athletes feel they have a responsibility and they have every right to be speaking out whenever it is that they're competing. Why? Is because the world faces so many global challenges right now that no industry is immune. No one on the planet is immune to having to do our part, each of us, to support these issues.
With medals to be won and Chinese officials stifling any discontent, all eyes will be on the athletes for more than just their performance on field. Alex Chen and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
In the meantime, one of the largest LGBT sports events in Asia will take place in Taipei in a few months, and athlete registration opened this week. Tomasz Kopra at our partner station, Radio Taiwan International, has this report.
你有多久没有外出旅行？有多久没有放肆奔跑？
The registration for 2022 Asia Pride Games officially kicked off on Tuesday. The event will be held from April 29th to May 3rd. It was originally scheduled for last year but was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Contestants will compete in 15 sports and activities including bowling, tennis, volleyball, swimming, track and field, weightlifting, dodgeball, esports, softball, basketball, badminton, golf, running, table tennis, and soccer. The competitions are open to anyone who isn't opposed to LGBTQ rights and loves sports. The chair of Taiwan Gay Sports and Movement Association, Yang Zichun, says that one of the highlights of the Games is having numerous categories for non-binary participants. The organizers are also encouraging amateur athletes and enthusiasts to participate in separate categories. The president of Asia Pride Games Alliance and one of Taiwan's most prominent gay civil rights activists, Xi Jiawei, is also encouraging participation in the spirit of gender equality. He says that in the past there existed toxic stereotypes of masculinity in sports, which are now changing as openly homosexual athletes gain prominence. Taipei Deputy Mayor Tsai Bing-kun says that because of the COVID-19 situation, registration for the event is currently only open to people residing in Taiwan. If conditions improve, steps may be taken to include participants from Southeast Asia and other parts of the world. A number of cultural events and discussion forums will take place on the sidelines of the 5-day games with the aim of creating a friendlier and more equal environment in sports.
As nations around the world struggle with rising COVID cases, fatigue from dealing with pandemic restrictions is also growing. In Mexico, where the government has downplayed the severity of the Omicron variant, one TV presenter's response to the latest surge has become an international sensation.
On live TV from Guadalajara, news presenter Leonardo Schrubbel gave voice to his frustration.
La libertad no te da derecho a fregar al próximo. Ustedes, malditos antivacunas, bola de imbéciles, ya déjense de fregaderas y por lo menos pónganse el maldito cubrebocas y dejen de estar fregando al mundo. Si tú, antivacunas, eres un imbécil, ponte el cubrebocas.
Schrubbel's outbursts on Telediario seemed to resonate with many Mexicans who showed their support for him on social media. Mexico has kept its borders open throughout the pandemic, with many people not adhering to mask mandates. The country now faces almost 50,000 new COVID-19 cases a day, fueled by the Omicron variant. The president himself, who has downplayed the pandemic, has contracted the virus twice.
Aquí no estamos hablando de cualquier tema. El COVID mata. Y tenemos que enseñarle a la gente que use el maldito cubrebocas. Pónganselo bien. Es mucho pedir.
Schrubbel's passionate response has turned him into a folk hero and earned him international attention and praise. Rick E. and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
COVID lockdown rules have led to protests in various parts of the world. In the Netherlands, the cultural sector has also lost their cool and took a creative approach to voicing their frustration. Wei Zhonglu has more.
This could be mistaken for the fanciest hair salon in Amsterdam, but it's actually a protest against COVID-19 lockdown restrictions. One of the city's most famous concert halls briefly opened its doors, offering people haircuts while the orchestra played, in violation of a ban on concerts.
It's so beautiful to be here now in these days where there's no possibility for opening the culture sector. So I like to support it, and I work myself also in the sector. So naturally I want public for the concerts. And that's nice also that my haircut is also done today.
Despite record numbers of new COVID cases, the Netherlands eased a month-long lockdown last week, allowing gyms, hairdressers, and shops to reopen. But cultural venues were told to remain closed. So, at the risk of being fined, venues around the countries joined the protests, offering Tai Chi and fitness classes, and even manicures against backdrops of famous masterpiece by Van Gogh and Frans Hals.
We're organizing this to make the point that we think the cultural sector should be open. And museums in particular are very safe places to visit. The way we've set this up is also according to the rules. There's plenty of social distancing, there's lots of space, lots of fresh air. And we think we just really don't understand why we're closed and a beauty salon is open at this point.
In a Twitter post, Junior Culture Minister Gunay Uslu said she understood the cry for help from artists, but she added that opening up is a step-by-step process. But until actions back officials' rhetoric, the Netherlands artists won't be convinced that culture is high on the national agenda. Klein Wang, Wei Zhonglu for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu. Finally, today we leave you with images of a sea of clouds and of cherry blossoms in central Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Take care, and I'll see you next time.